Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Captain Shaq here of the Liberation, the Venator class. I almost said Star Destroyer. It's like Proto-Star Destroyer, isn't it? Anyways, welcome back to X3 Albion Prelude. This is a mod that we have covered a number of times. Man, it's a pretty ship. A number of times here on the channel. I'll even turn off the UI here so we can take a look at the ship. What we're going to be doing today, though, is we're going to be looking at our current progress in the streamed series that we've been doing over on Twitch. Now, I've been having a ton of fun with the community over there, streaming this, relearning how to play it, particularly with the LitCube mod that we're playing with, and then the Star Wars mod, which reworks the entire game to bring in all of the Star Wars factions, damn near. There are hundreds of ships added to this game. And if you don't know what X3 Albion Prelude is, it is a classic space sim and empire management games. When you first start out, you're going to be starting, particularly if you start with one of the fighter starts, you're gonna play like a normal space sim. You're gonna be running around in your fighter, maybe doing a few combat missions, making some money, maybe doing some trading, but eventually you will be commanding an empire. You will be commanding an economy based where you're building starships and setting up mining industries and been flushing out this entire build chain so you can supply your ships for whatever your goals are. Now with LitCube, it adds in a few hostile enemies out there that can actually take over the world and cause a lot of trouble. The OCV and the other company, and for whatever, the Phantom Corp. The other company that's kind of up against you, they're growing as well alongside. Now, in the last stream, we managed to acquire this beautiful vessel. This is my second favorite ship in Star Wars, first being the T-65B X-Wing. It's gorgeous. It's such a cool concept from the Clone Wars, and we managed to pick this up. We were assisting the Mandalorians in the New Republic in an assault against pirates down in the southern portion of the map. I'm not sure where we were. Veil of Destruction right now, which is, by the way, owned by the Mandalorians. That's why the color on the map is purple. But we managed to, and I'll even zoom in here. At the time when we were in the sector, we were helping both those factions fight off the pirates and take this territory and eliminate the pirate threat from the area. And we managed to do just that. The Mandalorians ended up claiming it, calling dibs on the sector, and they've even already set up some stations. You can even see a lot of the loot is still there from the battle. But while we were there, we found the abandoned hulk of this ship right here. And I managed to get in there, throw a hyperdrive on it, and throw some fuel on it and get it out of there. We've been repairing it ever since. We've got new weapon systems attached to it, and we're starting to build up the fighter wing that's on board as well. So it is a huge fighter capability, but anyways, we've been having a blast over there. So one of the reasons I wanted to make this video was to let you guys know, hey, this mod exists. If you're looking for some fun Star Wars times, check this out. Links will be in the description, as well as the extra scripts that I like to run that goes with it that have been recommended by Xenon Architect, the mod author, for this mod. So one of those things, actually, and we'll get into a little action here. Let me do a scan real quick. So one of the scripts is the satellite monitoring system. I have a little shortcut on my stream deck here. It's like my own little HUD display. I can just push buttons and run the scripts that I need. But this is scanning through all of the satellites that I have deployed and my scouts have deployed across the galaxy. All these are different sectors and the information that those satellites have gathered for me. We know that there are like 25 enemy ships in Gannet Kappa, not surprising, as that just said one of my ships were repaired. The Marines on board the Liberation are actually doing repairs to ships that I have gone and picked up that were damaged, which is quite cool. That's another one of the scripts. They actually gain experience doing that too. So you can actually have like an engineering crew on your ship doing work. They'll slowly repair your capital ships as well. I'll put a link to that one in the description. But OCV, this is the pseudo kind of Borg threat of the X3 universe. They're spreading out. I know the other empires have been trying to hold them off. And I don't think they're doing a great job. I think they've lost the last couple of battles. We'll see what happens with that over time, as they can actually take over the galaxy, and this might become a big threat we have to fight against. It will be at some point. But let's find something a little bit more within our weight class. I want to get into some action. So, Unknown Sector Delta has 24 enemy ships. It looks like we've got a lot of pirates moving around, so why don't we jump to Unknown Sector Delta. We'll head to the southern gate and see if we can cut off those piratey scumbags that are down there. Let's go wreck their faces. Hitting Shift C, I'm looking at my weapon systems. All turrets are set to attack all enemies. Now, this isn't a fully equipped, ready-to-go ship. It does have its weapon systems. All right, here goes our jump to hyperspace.
90.
Hopefully we beat those ships that we're heading toward the southern gate of this sector. but it's not completely outfitted. I'm still fleshing out how many fighters. It's got a really big fighter bay to it. If you don't know about the Venator, it is mostly hollow inside and just hangar bay space. All right, we did manage to just make it. We'll go ahead and give orders. Let's wait until the enemy actually engages. Our starboard side weapons have opened up on the Xenon. Why is there a Xenon in this pirate fleet? I wonder. That's weird. They normally don't work together. I wonder if that's. Oh no, that's a Xenon fleet. I thought this was a pirate. I thought it was pirate territory down here. No, it's a mix. There's a small pirate battle group, and then the rest of them are Xenon. Interesting. All right, most of the enemy are here. Oh, fire anti-missile systems. You can see that white missile that just came out. Fire off another one, drop that chaff. We're gonna take a few light weapons, it's all right, no big deal. All right, so combat. We're gonna go down to carrier combat, and I'm gonna just say attack. Attack fighters. All fighters launch. Let's see if they launch. Right, there they go. Now the cool thing about this ship I have noticed, oh no, one of our ships doesn't have shields. Which one? It's the brand new T70. Oh, I forgot I haven't outfitted you yet. I'm sorry, Kimmers. Well, you're in the fight now. We need every ship we can get. Let's get them out there. So they're just gonna go ahead and launch and engage. All you gotta do, oh, there it is, the T-65B Saber King's ship. I love this ship. I wanna find a prototype version of this so badly, and we're completely wrecking them. So easy little fight. Because this is hostile territory, actually it's unclaimed territory. No one owns this. If I really wanted to, we could claim this and tax it. That's one of the things you can do with the IR mod, the Improved Races mod. It makes the world feel like more of an open battlefield. The different factions are fighting each other, right? So you got the Separatists and the Republic are actually in here fighting for territory. The Rebels fighting the Empire. All these blue planets here that we've explored, these blue sectors, are all considered Imperial territory. We haven't even figured out where their lines end, like what sectors they all own. And I make it a point not to spoil things by looking at the map that's provided with the mod. I recommend you don't either. I recommend you just kind of explore and enjoy the unknown for a bit. Because once you look at the map and know where everything is, it's kind of, I don't know, takes a little something away from the exploration. But you can see Mandalorians. We've got the CIS down in the south. We've got the Rebel border up in the north. That's where Argon Space is. We've got the New Republic. Remember, we've got Republic, we've got New Republic, and then there's even places where you can buy like the ancient starships from the KOTOR era. So if you're a real fan of like the Hammerhead, the old Hammerhead, the cruiser version from the first ship we ever saw in Knights of the Old Republic, you can buy that in this and make that your flagship if you want. Quite cool. Mandalorians are in this as well. There's the actual Republic there, and then we've got the Mandalorian ship, which we do have a decent sized fleet now. We managed to pick up a was it a Kendo Sai? I always get the two Mandalorian ships, the big ones, confused. Keldabi, yeah, it's a bit of Keldabi that we found, and it is just such a beast. Let's see if we can get into another fight. Where are you guys going? I think they're actually approaching me. Yeah, it looks like they're getting. They're wanting to fight. All right. Let's do carrier command. Combat carrier command. I'm just gonna call you boys back. Yeah, just return home for now. And then if we do get engaged by anything where I feel like I really need the fighter squadrons, I will use you guys to engage. So, fighters are returning home. Here comes Vibroblade. We have been just picking random names out of Twitch. Out of the Twitch chat to add people into the game, because it's much funner to be like, instead of just, you just lost another X-Wing. No, it's, Vibробlade's down, or Army got nailed. It's been kind of a blast. And even I'll ask, like, where do you guys want to be assigned? What ship do you want to be attached to? So we're starting to build up those battle groups slowly as I relearn how to play this. The original plan was to kind of tie this into the Patreon as a thank you to patrons, but it takes so long to get anywhere in X3 that I just have not been able to figure out a good way to make a series for YouTube. Hence why we're here. What is that? Is he just trying to pass us? I have a 10-kilometer range on these weapons. We're running mostly fusion beam cannons, which are those blasts that you see with a variety of like ion weapons as well. Oh yeah, he's just getting pounded. So glad I upgraded the weapons on this. They're not the most accurate. There you go. But it's a Xenon piece, we should be able to take it out. And all the sound effects have been changed and made to work with the game. It's such a cool concept, but As for economy, as we've been figuring out how we want to do this, I've actually invested, and we'll head over there next, into a couple of mining bases. We've got a fleet of mining ships that are working for us, 2 fleets actually, of mining vessels that are out getting us resources that have been helping us build up the navy here. And we've also got a headquarters. If you've never built a headquarters in X3, we'll go check that out right now once the rest of the ships dock up. I haven't gotten the auto docking computer, so they got to do it the old-fashioned way. They actually got to come into the bay, which I think looks really cool. But we'll head over to the HQ. We'll look at the mining fleet and talk a little bit about why I love this game so much and why, if you've never played X3, check it out. And if you have and you're like, it's too old, check, and the menus are such a pain, I can't take it. They're just so nested. There's 1,000 menus you got to go through to do anything, and you're not wrong. That is a legitimate criticism of this game. A little bit better, actually quite a bit better, is X4. And the guy who started the Star Wars mod is actually moved over to X4. And he's got a new version out as well for his mod for X4. Doesn't have as many ships, but he has fleshed out. Their team has fleshed out multiple factions. So if you're more interested in something a little bit more modern, X4 Foundations has a great Star Wars mod as well. Which I plan on jumping into pretty hard next up when I feel like I need a break from this one. All right, let's go ahead and get out of here. We're gonna head back to our base of operations. The Empire would love to find in Y Alpha. We have managed to take down, by the way, 1 Star Destroyer so far, so it hasn't been, our resistance against the Empire hasn't been super focused. It's been mostly actually security and taking on pirate threats and helping the other factions deal with threats. So, but as we make more credits, we've been claiming more territory. I think we own about 5 sectors, and I'll show those on a map in a second. I just love that I have the Liberation. I have my own Venator now. I've been running around in a Raider Corvette for quite a while that we managed to salvage. Which is a really cool ship, but it's Imperial, so it doesn't really fit the vibe I was going for like a Rebel cell. Anyways, welcome to Y Alpha as the sector. This is my base of operations where we've been hanging out and building up our tiny little empire. We own 4 sectors. This is because we're using the IR script, meaning we can actually claim territory and tax it. We own Y Alpha, unknown sector, and unknown sector, so just kind of this little line right here. We're butted up right next to Rebel Alliance territory, but not too far from the Empire, if we want to start giving them some trouble. I've actually been thinking at some point of taking over V Delta as a front line to our war against the Empire, which you can totally do. You can totally do that. We'll see, though. We'll see. In between us and them, of course, is the Republic, so, I don't know. We'll get there eventually. But we are at Y Alpha. We have our HQ here, which I will center. Headquarters. Some people told me don't pick this up, Shaq. You don't need it yet. I couldn't argue more against that. You can actually see the fleet that we have so far in the sector docked up. We've got our transport, our big MC-80 there on the side. Like, the scale of this is crazy. That's a big Moncal, winged Liberty class, actually. The MC-80. We've got a Nebulon B in here. We've got a fire carrier, the Quasar, and then we've got an assault ship, which is just a modified dreadnought with bigger engines. And then you can see way off in the distance, way in the back, you can see our Venator. But this station can dock multiple capital ships, as you can see, but it can also do a lot of fun stuff. It can melt ships down that you find abandoned. You can turn them into raw resources, and then you can build ships, or you can even truck in and buy the resources that you need. And you can build ships at a cheaper cost than, say, buying them outright from a faction shipyard. And you can outfit from here too. This is kind of the storage for all of our weapon, gear, and loot. We've been storing it here so we can outfit our ships the way we want. That is, by the way, for those keen-eyed, a Liberator back there. Not a Liberator, excuse me. That's a Gladiator. Go ahead and stop before I run into something. Gladiator, which we are going to sell. We picked this up as well as salvage. No, we sold the Gladiator. This is actually a Nebula, which we are going to keep under Captain Alden. It's quite cool. It's a New Republic ship, so it's a little extended universe, but it's quite neat. I like it. I dig it. So, but that's where we're at so far. That's where we're at in the campaign. We've got, I'll actually jump over to one of our mining operations. So let's head over to Unknown Sector Beta here. It's just one jump south, but I know we don't want to wait for this slow ship to get all the way to the gate, so we'll just jump down there. But where we've made a lot of our money early on has been doing salvage work and exploring, so finding ships that have been damaged in combat and scooping them up and repairing them and selling them off. But the other way we've been making a lot of money is doing a lot of mining.
Sector Beta.
Now, I have them turned off on my owned list, but so there's the old style mining, right, which is having a silicon mine built into an asteroid. That's what we got right here. And that's supplying our HQ with a little bit of silicon. Same with our ore mine for building vessels, right? So building out our fleet of A wings and Y wings and whatnot that we're starting to work on. But we also have, I'm in the wrong sector. This is actually the wrong one. And it's actually the sector I want to set up a mobile mining base. Basically, I'm going to set that MC80. Here we go. This one will work. We'll head here. I want to set up that Moncal, that MC80, as a mobile base of operations for a bunch of mining ships, so we can move from sector to sector and just mine up ore, and we can sell it off. Ore is okay, sort of valuable, but what's really valuable is the crystals. In LitCube, it actually adds these crazy valuable crystals that you can that you have a chance of picking up. So there's our mining ships. Little modified T-wings that have mining lasers and a bigger cargo bay for a ridiculously slow set of engines. They're so slow. That's why I think a mining base would work really well. You know, get all the ships aboard a big old Moncal with some decent hangars, and you can actually move it closer to the rock so they can mine. But we've got a bunch of these ships. There's probably like 12 in sector, out and about getting stuff done and dropping off the ore and resources in here. And you can even see these are the values of some of these crystals. Like, oh, there's one right there. There's 8 million credits right there. There's 2 million right there for a green crystal. So there's a lot of value there. It's a fun way of making a little extra money without, you know, going straight into producing a particular type of material. So if you want to like make missiles or something, you can do it. You can be an arms dealer in this. You can be a drug runner in this. You can do all kinds of weird stuff. Spice runner, excuse me, it's Star Wars, right? So, but that's the update. If you want to join us, I stream this multiple times a week over on Twitch. We are probably going to do a couple of videos here on the channel of the major battles. What is light pink as a faction? What is this? Well, that's the Old Republic. That is probably one of the places where you can buy. I wouldn't be shocked by like the old collector ships, the Old Republic vessels. But there's still a lot of territory we haven't explored. So I'm thinking, yeah, we'll do a few videos. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to see. But I think we'll do a few videos when we start building up the fleet and doing some of the more interesting stuff, right? When we're doing like invasions and we have like a campaign planned, and what factions we're trying to go out, maybe even to annihilate. I think that'll be real interesting to see. Absolutely. Now that we've kind of got ourselves a little bit more established and continue to do so. If you'd like to see some guide content, some edited down guide content, because I know Xenon Architect has done a series of videos. They're really long, they're really good though. A lot of good information there. Maybe I'll go that direction. Let me know in the comments what you guys like to see. I'd love to bring this to YouTube. I just don't know in what form to do it in, as the game is very menu-y. It's kind of spreadsheety in space sometimes. It's not bad as some games, EVE Online, but it is a thing. Oh, look at the news stations too. I love it. Yeah, let me know in the comments. Maybe just bring in some battles and show off the campaigns as they go, good or bad. Once we decide, all right, we're attacking that place, that planet. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out. I look forward to reading your comments, and I will see you in the next one. Liberation, out!